Good morning. This is December the 11th, Wednesday, 2024. We are in BBIS first semester compulsory English class, and this is the second session today. In the first session, we read paragraph 8, 9, 10, and 11. And in these 4 paragraphs, the writers developed the idea how gender role expectations and gender identities influence, shape, and affect women's business. Now, from paragraph 12, we are moving to the second theme of the title. There are 3 themes in the title, as you can see. The first theme is gender role expectations and identities. The second theme is societal, cultural dimension. And I think the third theme is entrepreneurial environment. So let's read. I'll read very slowly. I'll read word by word, sentence by sentence, and I'll explain in detail. And what I explain, listen carefully, make notes. Okay. So now we'll read how societal, cultural dimensions affect women's business. Close the door. Now first focus on the section title. So we have a word societal, cultural. That means culture of the society, right? So in this section, there are 2 words we come across. One word is society, and the other word is culture. In research, there is a word called research variables. We call a word research variable. Now, what is a variable? Variable is an element, right? What kind of element? For example, society is a phenomenon or element, component in women's business. Culture is another component. Now, variable means if culture changes, women's business will change. If society changes, women's business will change. So let's write a women's business and make a circle and connect it 3 dots. So change in one element will affect another element. When change in one component influences another component, such components which are influenced by other components, they are known as variables. Vary. The word variable comes from vary. Vary. Vary means to change. Suppose you are selling me this purse and you say, sir, if you want to buy, it's 100 rupee. Then I say, okay, if it is 100, I'll buy 1. Now you say, Divakar sir, if you buy 10, I'll give you 50 rupees per piece. Now you are changing the price. When you change the price, my demand changes now. At 100, I demand only 1 piece. At 50, I am demanding 10. Now my demand is changing on the change of price. Now the variable demand is a variable now. It is not constant. What is constant? A factor that is not affected by changing other factors. And it is very important to understand these 2 ideas, constant and variable, in research, particularly management research. Okay. So we have 2 variables here, society and culture. Let's make a triangle like this. We have society, we have culture, and we have women's business. And we are trying to understand how a change in society affects business, how change in culture affects business, how culture affects society, how society affects culture. Because all these 3 affect each other, they are variable. They are variable. If any factor is unchanging, that is called constant. It's a mathematical term. Maybe you know this idea. Okay, now let's read. I repeat, at the university, in college, you must learn to read. It's a wonderful thing. Basic skill you require. If you know how to read, it's like you have a weapon with you. You can use that to acquire what you want. Move ahead. The factors that influence women's entrepreneurship vary depending on circumstances and the dynamic nature something. Now, this is the topic sentence as I have said, topic paragraph. The factors that influence women's entrepreneurship. This is the topic. Okay? Vary depending on circumstances and dynamic nature. Something we'll read. This is controlling idea. Together, this sentence is main idea. In other words, this sentence is a claim. In other words, this sentence is a statement. In other words, this sentence is an argument. Throughout this research paper, to make you understand, I have highlighted claims, statements, or main ideas or topic sentences into yellow. And I have highlighted details or proofs or evidences or reasons in blue. So we read. Okay, we read the factors that influence women's entrepreneurship vary depending on circumstances and the dynamic nature of their complex and interconnected lives. Look here. What is culture? What is culture? Culture is the interconnection among lives. Now, in this classroom, you all come from Nepal, from Kathmandu or Nepal. Is anybody from Maldives here? Raise your hand. From Israel, Europe, America? Nobody. You all come from Nepal. I also come from Nepal. So our lives are interconnected because we live in the same geography, in same culture. And the experiences that we share, that is what makes culture. That is what makes culture, right? So look, do you see one thing? Let me tell you right now. In research, there is something called defining your key terms or variables. Now I am telling something new for you, okay? When you do research, research is language at its perfection, right? Now, in research, you use technical words, jargons. Sometimes your readers may not understand the meaning of the word. For example, here, these writers are going to use the word culture in this section. Do you remember if they used culture in section 1? Anywhere? Except title? Except title. Nowhere in paragraph 8, 9, 10, 11, it was not there. The writers did not use the word culture in paragraph 8, 9, 10, 11. There they used the word gender role expectation and they defined it. Now in section 2, paragraph 12 onwards, they are using the term culture. So they need to define the word. What am I teaching you? In future, when you do research, and if your research paper, your thesis, is using a key word, you must define the meaning of that word. The tradition is in research, all researchers always define their key words in the paper so that there is no confusion. Now move ahead. So we read that women's business is affected by culture or interconnected lives. Now move ahead. This is the main idea. The yellow is main idea. Now I haven't highlighted, but that is a detail. Now read the detail. In other words, cultural influences shape women's business. In other words, cultural influences shape women's business. You simply this afternoon do a Google search, go to Gemini or use ChatGPT, any AI, or simply Google and write, give me 20 businesses done mostly or only by women, and make a list. Then type, give me 20 businesses mostly or only done by men, make a list and compare. And compare. You will have some idea how culture influences business, right? Culture has been defined as values. Now look, I told you we need to define the term. Culture has been defined as values, beliefs, norms, behavioral patterns of a national group, Nepalese culture. Look, I often complain you don't respect me, I say. You don't greet me, I say. What is happening? If I was in America, I won't speak like that. Because in American culture, a teacher is not supposed to expect honor from the students. It's all right. They can say, hi, Upadhyay. But you never say, hi, Upadhyay to me. In Nepali culture, you never address me, hi, Divakar. But I had an American teacher. I would say, hi, Melora. And when I said, good morning, ma'am, she called me. She says, Divakar, come. She said, never say like that. You can say me hi. And I bit my tongue. Teacher, hi, vanne re, naam vanne re. I said, culture. Right? So this idea is coming from Leung et al., page 357. Okay. Now look, tell me one new thing I am telling you. Why it is the first time in this series paper that they mention page number? It is the first time, I think. Why are they mentioning page number? Because they are quoting directly from their source. You can bring your sources, number one, by quoting like this. You bring exact line. So when you quote like this, so these lines are situated somewhere in the book or paper or book. This must be book because it is 357 pages. Now when you quote, you must mention the page number. Right? And in APA, they mention year of publication. And in MLA, they mention year of publication only when there are more than one sources by the same author. So there may be another book published in 2006 by the same Leung et al. So to tell you which source to look in, they mention the year of the publication. Right? So this is a new thing in paragraph 12. We are seeing for the first time, quoting directly. Now this is called what do you call? Integrated quotation. There is another quotation called block quote. If you are quoting, I think 3 or less than 3 lines, you can merge into the paragraph. If you are quoting how many lines? 3, I think. I may be wrong, or maybe 4 or 3. I'm not exactly remembering. If you are quoting 3, please verify. Don't depend on my information. I may be wrong. If you are quoting 3 or 4, I'm not sure, I forgot, lines, you can merge into the paragraph. Look, they have merged it. Look, their quotation begins here. Right? It's not a hanging quotation. A hanging quotation is a block quote that hangs separately into a new paragraph. If there is one, I'll show you. Okay. And has been conceptualized as levels that range from the deeply embedded, unconscious, basic assumptions Sometimes students come across in the corridor, in the landing area. I'm standing, we have eye contact. And when I, as a teacher, have eye contact with my students, I expect them to smile and say, "Good morning, sir." But often it happens here that students look at me and they look away. They neither smile, nor say greet, nor they say hi, hello, nothing. Then I go to office and say, "Ma'am, हेर्नु न कस्तो भएको आजले बच्चाहरू भर्याङमा आइरहेको थियो विद्यार्थी, म त्यहीँ थिएँ, हेऱ्यो, आँखा पनि जुध्यो, स्माइल पनि गर्दैन, हाई पनि गर्दैन, हलो पनि गर्दैन, गुड मर्निङ पनि भन्दैन, भर्खरै पढाएको 1 महिना नै भएको छैन, चिन्दैन." And I complain. What is happening? I complain because I come from Nepali culture. And Nepali culture is very honor oriented. Do you realize? And I complain because I come from Indian culture. Indian culture is also very honor oriented. Now you are growing with Western culture through media, where you learn that it's not necessary to greet a teacher if you see. You're right. I'm also right. But what is happening? We are having two cultural influences. And this is creating a problem. तिमीलाई के कुरा सुन्छ? ओ यो दिवाकर सरलाई नमस्ते गर्नु पर्छ जहिले पनि. कस्तो मान्छे होला? You might say. I might say, ओ यो विद्यार्थीहरु पढाएको भर्खरै कुनै भएको छैन, बाटोमा चिन्दैन. कस्तो मान्छे होला? See, culture. It's all about culture. It's all about cultural assumptions. Unconscious assumption. That मेरो विद्यार्थीले मैले पढाएको 10 वर्षपछि पनि बाटोमा भेट्यो भने मलाई चिन्नु पर्छ. चिन्दैन होला नि त. But my assumption. मलाई नमस्ते सर भन्नु पर्छ. Look, my assumption. भनेन भने मलाई पिर लाग्छ अब. मैले पढाएको बच्चा बोल्दै बोल्दैन. See, my assumption. That define the essence of a particular culture. Nepalese culture is very honorific. कहिलेकाहीँ मैले बाटोमा चाहिँ जस्तै म एक्जाम्पल दिन्छु. मेरो सन इन ल आउनुहुन्छ घरमा. हैन, हिजो अस्ति नै आउनु भएको थियो. अनि म सन इन ललाई घरमा आएपछि म खुट्टामा ढोक्छु. उहाँले जुत्ता निकाल्नुहुन्छ अनि मैले चाहिँ टाउको खुट्टा जोडेर खुट्टा समाउँछु, खुट्टा सँगै राख्छु, टाउकोमा निधारलाई जोड्छु मैले. अनि उहाँले बारम्बार नगरिछौ बुवा भन्नुहुन्छ, नमस्ते गरे हुन्छ भन्नुहुन्छ. उहाँलाई अप्ठ्यारो लाग्छ. उहाँ चाहिँ तपाईको पुस्ताको हुनुहुन्छ. अनि म चाहिँ होइन, यो त मेरो राइट हो, मैले मेरो कल्चर हो, मैले गर्नुपर्छ. हामी चाहिँ ज्वाइँलाई खुट्टामा ढोक्छौँ, म ढोक्छु मैले. अनि हरेक पटक ढोक्दा उहाँले अप्ठ्यारो मान्नुहुन्छ कि. यहाँ के पढाइरहेको छु तपाईँलाई मैले? नेपाली कल्चर is very honorific. म छोरीलाई ढोक्छु. जहिले पनि छोरी घर आयो भने ल बस छोरी भन्छु अनि जोडे खुट्टा जोडेर ढोक्छु. इन्डियामा ढोक्दैन. इन्डियामा छोरीले बल ढोक्छ. इन्डियामा ज्वाइँले ससुरालाई खुट्टामा ढोक्छ. इन्डियामा. नेपालमा ससुराले ज्वाइँलाई ढोक्नुहुन्छ. ठ्याक्क उल्टो छ. तपाईँ इन्डियन कल्चर हेर्नु, इन्डियन कल्चरमा के छ? छोरी र ज्वाइँ दुवैले बाबुआमालाई ढोक्छन्. एउटा प्लस 2 मा पढाउँथे, दाजु र बहिनी सँगै पढ्थे एउटै क्लासमा. एक फेरि के अरे बहिनी बिदामा घर गएन, दाजु घर गयो छठमा, हैन? अनि क्लास खोलेपछि दाजु ढिला आयो के. अनि क्लासमै बहिनीले दाजुलाई ढोग्यो खुट्टामा. क्लासै दङ पर्यो. ब्रड डे लाइट छ, तिम्रो 12-17 वर्षको केटी छ, क्लासमै खुट्टामै ढोग्यो के दाइलाई. मै सक भएँ के. अनि मैले भने, ए के गरेको यो? बहिनीले ढोकाउँछौ तिमी बहिनीले ढोक्नुपर्छ नि. उसले के भने, होइन सर, हामी त मिथिला कल्चरको मान्छे, हाम्रो त बहिनी ढोक्छ भन्यो. अनि मलाई आइडिया, मलाई थाहा थिएन कुरा. हाम्रो पहाडी कल्चरमा त बहिनीले दाइलाई ढोक्दैन नि. तिहारमा दाजुले बहिनीलाई ढोक्छ नि. तराईमा चाहिँ बहिनीले दाइलाई ढोक्दैछ. आमाले के अरे छोरीले आमालाई ढोक्ने, ज्वाइँले ससुराले खुट्टामै ढोक्ने. इन्डियन कल्चर. These are particularities about culture. So I'm telling so much simply to make you understand that cultural assumptions बुझाउन खोजेको, cultural belief, value. Once you know what is culture, now we'll talk about the business of women. Let's move ahead. To the external manifestations that are tangible and overt and can be seen and felt by outsiders. अहिले मैले भन्न बिर्सेँ. काका कहिलेकाहीँ बाटो भेट्नुहुन्छ, बानेश्वरमा कतै भेट्नु भयो भने मेरो काका कहीँ पनि जहाँ भेटो म त्यही खुट्टा जुत्ता झरेर बाटोमा सडकमै ढोक्छु कि टाउकोमा. मेरो बुवाको भाइ हैन. अनि जस्तै यहीँ भेट्नु भयो भने बाहिर एलेमा यहीँ नै म त्यही ढोक्छु मैले. मलाई लाज भन्ने हुँदैन, मलाई त सम्मान हो त्यो. हाम्रो फ्यामिली कल्चर हो। हामीले परिवारमा के सिकाएको छ कि बाउ, ठुलो बाउ, कान्छा बाउ लगायत उहाँका दाइहरूलाई जहाँ भेटे पनि खुट्टामा ढोग्ने, त्यो हामीले कल्चर, हाम्रो फ्यामिलीले सिकाएको, राइट? वी हेभ दिस. So this idea is coming from E.H. Shane 1990 source. The middle layers that fall within these two extremes. Now, actually, can somebody tell me what are these two extremes? One is this one, right? No, not this one. Not this one. Two extremes means levels that range from the deeply embedded unconscious basic assumptions, one level. Second, the external manifestations, tangible overt, two. मैले काकालाई बाटोमा किन ढोक्छु त? जुत्ता निकालेर जहाँ देखो त्यही, त्यो ओभर्ट भयो। अनि तपाईँ ओहो दिवाकर कस्तो मान्छे बाटो ढोक्यो भन्नलाई देखेर assumption के हो? He is my father and I must respect. So these two extremes, the underlying assumption and the tangible behavior, are the beliefs, values, norms, rules of behavior that dictate the basic principles by which the members of a society operate. आजभोलि मैले घरमा 24 घण्टामा एकफेरि खाना खान्छु। प्राय मैले बेलुका 3 बजे 4 बजे खान्छु, भोलिपल्ट 3 बजे खान्छु। अब म बिहानै कलेज निस्किन्छु 6 बजे, अनि मिसेसलाई उसले मलाई 10 बजे फोन गर्छ, खाजा खानुभयो, खाना खानुभयो भन्छ। अनि मैले अहिले खाँदिनँ मैले भन्छु, किन भोकै बसेको भन्छ, खानु भन्छ, सम्झाउँछ हैन। अनि मैले उसलाई के भन्छु, मलाई ढिला हुन्छ, म अहिले खाने 4 बजे आउँछु, तिमी खाऊ है भन्छु हैन। उसले हुन्छ पनि भन्दैन, हुन्न नि भन्दैन के। अनि म 4 बजे घर पुग्यो भने नखाइ बसिरहेको हुन्छ। अब म त डायबिटिज भएकोले डायबिटिज रोक्नलाई भोकै बसिरहेको छु, उसलाई डायबिटिज छैन, उसले भोकै बस्नु केही पनि छैन। अनि मैले गाली गर्छु, उसलाई त गाह्रो हुन्छ नि भोकै बसेर। अनि गाली गरेपछि के भन्छ थाहा छ उसले? मेरो बुवा 79 वर्ष बाँच्नु भयो, आमा चाहिँ 80 वर्ष जति बाँच्नु भयो, कहिले पनि बोले नखाए आमालाई खाएको मैले देखेकै थिएन, कहिले पनि कसरी खाने भन्छ उसले। दिस इज कल्चर, दिस इज कल्चर। अनि मलाई गाह्रो के हुन्छ, म चाँडो घर जानुपर्ने भयो, भोकै बस्छु, न खाँदै खाँदैन, कति भने नि खाँदैन। इट मे बी राइट, इट मे बी रङ, द्याट्स अ डिबेट, वी क्यान डिबेट, यो ठिक बेठिक त्यो छुट्टै कुरा हो। बट आइ एम टिचिङ यु वाट इज कल्चरल असम्पसन, वाट इज भ्यालु, राइट? Norms, rules of behavior. So here in paragraph 12, what do you see? Actually, quickly review गरौँ त paragraph 12 मा के भयो हामीले, what did we see? We saw the main idea. What main idea? That circumstances and life connections affect women's entrepreneurship. It means societal cultural dimensions affect women's entrepreneurship. That was the main idea. Societal cultural dimensions shape women's business. Main idea. Second thing, paragraph 12 does is it presents definition of culture. To note down in your outline, you must note down that paragraph 12 presents definition of culture. In this research paper, paragraph 12 presents definition of culture and argues that culture influences women's entrepreneurship. Now move to paragraph 13. Look how research reading is serious. कति challenging छ हेर्नुस् त, एउटा paragraph पढ्न हामीलाई आधा घण्टा लागिरहेछ. Do you see? And please read like this. There is no shortcut. There is no smart way. मान्छेले भन्छ स्मार्ट रिडिङ, के स्मार्ट रिडिङ? फाल्तु कुरा. डोन्ट वर्क हार्ड, वर्क स्मार्ट रे. पुलिस मान्छे मलाई थाहा छ नि त्यो के चोर्ने काम. च्याट जीपीटी गर, जेमिनी गर भने हो त्यो. I don't believe in that. There is no shortcut to hard work. There is no shortcut to hard work. It's only cheating. The only shortcut to hard work is cheating. Okay. The reciprocal top-down, bottom-up nature of culture. Now again they are defining culture. Look, they are defining characteristic of culture. Top, bottom. What is top, bottom? Suppose you watch Ramayana serial in television for 1 year. After watching 1 year, your passion changes, your food changes, your nature changes. Now that Ramayana is a top influence. You are the bottom. You are the bottom. Top means broad. Top means broad. Suppose you regularly watch Korean drama, K-drama, regularly watch Korean drama. After 2-3 years, you have Korean hairstyle, you like to put on Korean kind of dresses, you like eating kimchi, you go looking for kimchi at Darbar Marg, right? Now what is happening? That Korean drama is the top, and the change coming in you is the bottom, right? Top, bottom. Now understand, not only the top shape the bottom also shapes top. Now look, she brings kimchi to class, and very slowly she shares kimchi with these two girls. Now they start making kimchi and bringing kimchi. Half class kimchi khancha. Now bottom is shaping the top. Now we have kimchi culture in BBIS class at LACM. Because she started kimchi culture at 1, now everybody has kimchi culture. Right? This is reciprocal. This is called reciprocal. By the way, if you want to know about Korean food, there's a beautiful 5-page essay. A wonderful essay. The essay is, sorry, मेरो यस्तो बानी छ नपढ्दा हुन्छ. मलाई स्पेलिङ आएन ल. Coming Home Again is a beautiful essay written by Birse. Very famous essay. You can Google. Google में पाउँछ. By an America-born Korean writer, where the writer has come home and her mother has got cancer, last stage, and she's going to die. And he writes his last memories with his dying mother. A wonderful essay. तपाईलाई सँगसँगै भन्दा पढ्नु होला कहिले. अनि त्यहाँ चाहिँ उले चाहिँ he remembers his mother by telling how she cooked Korean dishes. Sorry for this. What do you call? के भन्छ यसलाई यस्तो बाहिर जाने बानी छ कि मेरो पढाइ लाइन भन्दा बाहिर जाने. Okay. We have the controlling idea now. कहाँसम्म? I guess यहाँसम्म यति. Read it. The reciprocal top-down, bottom-up nature of culture makes it a dynamic force. It means culture. Culture is a dynamic force, means it keeps changing. Culture keeps changing. Rather than static, where lower levels of culture, lower level means the individual, lower level means the person, are nested within higher level. Higher level means college teaching, your ideology, movies, teleserial influence, advertisement influence, and change at any level can affect other level. When the individual changes, the society changes. When the society changes, individual changes. When bottom changes, top changes. When top changes, bottom changes. Now the main idea in this paragraph is culture is reciprocal. There are 2 points, top and bottom. Top means ideology, broad ideology. Bottom means a person following that ideology. And a person can shape ideology, and ideology can shape a person. A person can shape ideology, and ideology can shape a person. Right? Now, for example, sorry to mention you, take it easy. I guess you are a Muslim, right? Oh, so he is you are the third or fourth Muslim here in the last 8 years, right? We have had about 5 people, right? We rarely have. We had 2, maybe 3 years back. Now, he is a Muslim, only Muslim in our class, right? Now, in this class, he is the individual and we are the majority culture. Now, the point here is, chances are, he can't spread Muslim values among us. Rather, we might be spreading non-Muslim values that he may follow. The argument is, he is alone in the class. We have 25 people from other culture. So he will be affected by our culture. Now imagine, I go to live in a Muslim community or Muslim class where there are 30 Muslim students. I am the only Hindu. Now I may be affected by that community. The point to understand is, the broad shapes the narrow and the narrow also shapes the broad. Now suppose he constantly talks about Quran to her, and after 4th semester he influences so much that she thinks of adopting Muslim religion. Just imagine. Are you a Muslim, by the way? No. Just imagine. Now what is happening? The individual has affected the society or another individual. And she may think of adopting Muslim culture. The point is, it is reciprocal. Right? Society influences the person. Person influences the society. That's the point to understand. Now read ahead. Now detail. However, please mark it. This is, let me focus on research language. Normally, in stories, you will find a word like but. But and however have same meaning. But you see, but is informal word. It is informal term. Whereas, however is a formal term. Please understand, research uses formal language, not informal language. That's why in research paper, you will rarely find a word like only. Rarely. What do they use in research paper? They never write only, they write merely. Merely means only. So research papers won't use the word only. They will use merely. Because merely is highly formal. However is highly formal. But and however have same meaning. But in a story or in the essay, where do we stand? That was not research paper. You saw but all the time. But this is a research paper. Have you seen but so far? I think they never used but in this paper. We have read 12 paragraphs and we haven't seen the use of but. We see however. Now, however is a contrast marker. Please understand. However is, what is it? Contrast marker. You use however. Now you use however to bring opposite idea. For example, here you say that culture is reciprocal, top down, bottom up. One idea. Now read here. However, because the basic assumptions that guide behavior are shared. Look here. Earlier you read there are 2 extremes. You read there are 2 extremes in culture. One, underlying assumptions. 2, tangible outside behavior. And the argument, outside behavior influences assumptions. Assumptions influence outside behavior. This is what paragraph 12 said. Now move ahead. However, because the basic assumptions that guide behavior means underlying assumptions guide outside behavior are shared. For example, तिमी म खाजा खान गयौ, सर आज हम खाजा खान हामी खुवाउँछौँ सरलाई भन्यो अथवा म खुवाउँछु भने, अनि हामीले चाहिँ फ्राई राइस ल्यायो होला के होला ल्याउँ, अनि त्यहाँबाट मलाई धेरै भोक लागेको थियो, मेरो प्लेटले पुगेन, तिम्रो बाँकी छ, अब मैले चम्चाले तिम्रो खान्छु, मैले खाँदिनँ नि, मैले खाँदिनँ, झुठो भन्छु त, मैले खाँदिनँ नि। असम्सन, अब मैले असम्सन के भयो त, सरले विद्यार्थी झुठो खानुहुन्न, असम्सन, त्यही भएर मैले खाइनँ नि त, होइन। अब यी चारजना नानीहरू गएका छन् त्यही फ्राइड राइस खानलाई, अहिले गएका छन्, बडा चलाक छन्, एउटा फ्राइड राइस किन्छन् अनि चाउडेल बसेर चम्चाले खान्छन्। असम्सन के भयो कि हामी क्लासको साथी टिचरहरूले जुठो खान्छ नि, प्रायः खान्छ कि, प्रायः मैले देखेको यहाँ देखिरहेको छु मैले कलेजहरूमा चाहिँ विद्यार्थीहरूले क्लासको साथीको जुठो खान्छ। आइसक्रिम त सिप गरिदिन्छ, कोहीले नगर्ला, मुखमै हालेपछि कसै खानु भने रियाल हुन्छ, जुठो हुन्छ, तर कोहीले खान्छ, चक्लेट बाइट गरेर खाइदिन्छ, ल खा भन्छ, होइन, जुठो हामी सेयर गर्छौँ नि, म गर्दिनँ। हो, असम्सन के भयो त, अब रिड हियर, what is shared? If you are a teenager, you have classmate, the shared assumption is झूठो चलेगा, झूठो चलेगा। With दिवाकर सर झूठो नहीं चलेगा, with दिवाकर सर झूठो नहीं चलेगा। कहाँ सरलाई झुठो खुवाउनु हुन्छ? हुन्छ? हुँदैन, मैले खान्छु, खाँदैन। Right? Assumption. Our assumptions guide our behavior, and assumptions are shared. Culture is powerful because the assumptions are mutually reinforced. मैले क्लासमा चाहिँ अस्ति बारम्बार विद्यार्थीले गुड मर्निङ पनि भन्दैन, बोल्दैन भन्ने गरिरहेको छु, 1 महिना जति भयो के। अब मैले बाहिर के देखिरहेको छु, मलाई अब हैरान पारेर जहाँ देखो त्यही गुड मर्निङ सर मात्रै भन्छ, म हैरान परिसकेँ। यति बढी भन्छ कि मलाई त्यो गुड मर्निङ फर्काउँदा हातै दुख्ने भइसक्यो कि। के इक्जाम्पल दिएँ तपाईँलाई मैले? Assumptions are mutually reinforced. I taught them, you should respect teacher. Now they're changing behavior. एक फेरि त्यहाँ बाहिर बसेको विद्यार्थी यता आउँदै थिएँ म, आयो भन्यो, मैले सुने, नजिकै गएँ, उसलाई उठाएँ, हेर बाबु तिमीले चाहिँ आफ्नो टिचरलाई त आयो भन्यो, घरको कुकुरलाई आइसियु भन्छ होला है भने के मैले, घरमा त कुकुर पनि पाले होला, अब सरलाई त आयो भन्यो, त्यो घरको कुकुरलाई त बसिसियो भन्छ है भनेको लाज मान्यो के, भुतुक्कै भयो। अब अहिले के भइरहेछ, जहाँ देख्यो गुड मर्निङ सर गर्छ कि, अनि म हैरान परिसकेँ। अब चाहिँ म नाम भन्दिनँ, देख्यो बाहिर कि गुड मर्निङ सर गर्छ कि, त्यो खाली गरेर भएर, राइट? त्यो पनि त्यति बढी पनि गर्नु हुँदैन, द्याट्स नट द पोइन्ट। Unless they are challenged or debated, it is nearly impossible to change culture. It's very difficult. मैले किन तिमीसँग ग्रिटिङ बढी खोजिरहेको छु त? मैले यहाँ पढ्दाखेरि कसरी पढेको? 12 क्लाससम्म ब्राह्मण टिचरलाई हामीले बाटोमा जहाँ भेट्टाए पनि हातले खुट्टामा छुन्थ्यौँ, जुत्तामा छुन्थ्यौँ, यहाँ तल यहीँ ठ्याक्कै यहाँ छुन्थ्यौँ, यो हात राखेर हामी यहाँ यसरी राख्थ्यौँ, हात यहाँ लान्थ्यौँ 12 क्लासमा ब्राह्मणलाई। नन ब्राह्मण टिचरलाई यहाँ घुँडामा छुन्थ्यौँ, यसरी निमा, अनि यहाँ राख्थ्यौँ। 12 पास गरेपछि युनिभर्सिटीमा आएँ म पढ्नलाई, अनि फर्स्ट टाइम सर भन्ने थाहा पाएँ मैले, सर भन्ने वर्डै मलाई थाहा थिएन। टिचरलाई सर भन्छ भने त्यहाँ सिकेँ मैले, अनि थप के सिकेँ, ढोग्नु पर्ने रहेनछ, नमस्ते सर भन्ने पुग्दो रहेछ। अब त्यसरी म हुर्केको नि त, अनि यहाँ बच्चाहरूले मलाई त्यो आँखा जुध्यो, फरक उता फर्किँदा मलाई पिर लाग्छ कि, अब मैले भन्ने गर्छु, अरूले भन्दैन होला, अरूले भन्दैन होला, मेरो कल्चर फरक छ नि त। द्याट्स वाट इज मेन्ट बाई इट्स भेरी डिफिकल्ट टु चेन्ज कल्चर। मलाई सिकाउनु छ सरहरूले, सर यस्तो पिर नमान्नु, अब पुस्ता चेन्ज हुँदैछ, नयाँ विद्यार्थी छ, अब नमस्ते भनेर पिर मान्नु हुँदैन भन्नुहुन्छ मलाई, तर मलाई पिर लाग्छ, किन म के चाहन्छु त्यही कल्चर चल्नुपर्छ चाहन्छु कि म, राइट? आई मे बी राइट, आई मे बी रङ, बट आई एम गिभिङ एक्जाम्पल। it's very difficult to change a person's culture. It's very difficult. Without high levels of anxiety now, when you change your culture, you're worried, right? Among constituents, and yet this is what is needed for women to violate the expected behavioral norms for... Now look, women need to challenge the culture. Women need to challenge the culture. एक फेरि छोरो घरमा आयो कलेजबाट, बुवा बुवा के भयो आज अचम्मै भयो भने के भयो भनेको त भएछ के भने युनिभर्सिटीबाट बस चढेर घर आउँदै थियो अनि ऊ बस चढ्दाखेरि अगाडि चाहिँ एकजना केटी बसेर छ उसकै कलेजमा पढ्ने इन्जिनियरिङ पढ्ने लगभग 200 जनामा एक्लो केटी इन्जिनियरिङ पढ्ने ऊ मात्रै रहेछ कलेजभरिमा अनि त्यो केटीले खलासीलाई फोरी गाली गरेछ के एकदमै डर्टी गाली गरेछ खलासीलाई यस्तो डर्टी गाली गरेछ खलासी बोल्नै नसक्ने भएछ कि त्यसरी गाली गरेछ अनि छोरालाई जिब्रो टोकेर बुवा बुवा केटी यस्तो रफ यस्तो बोल्यो भन्छ त्यही कुरा केटाले बोलायो भए केही नर्मल लाग्थ्यो केही हुँदैन थियो कि अ चेन्ज इन कल्चर इज सकिङ अ चेन्ज इन कल्चर इज सकिङ केटी मान्छेले डर्टी बोलेको सुन्दाखेरि सकिङ भयो मैले एक दुई फेरि गर्ल्सै चोट खा देखाएको छु बाटोमा चाहिँ चोट खाइरहेको थियो अनि बाइकको हेडलाइट परेपछि ठ्याक्क मुठीमा हालेर अगाडि लुकायो कि मैले चिन्छु मान्छेलाई भनेर आई वाज सक्ड बिकज हाम्रो कल्चरल असम्पसन के हुन्छ गर्ल्स डु नट स्मोक भन्ने असम्पसन त्यो रङ हो आई मे बी राइट द सिम्पल पोइन्ट आई वान्ट मेक अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड इज द्याट when culture changes it brings anxiety, right? But women should change the culture. Now look, maybe my examples are not suitable to make this understand this point. Here this is what is needed to from now the writers say if women challenge the culture they can succeed in business. This is right. Why? Because the culture is male oriented. Presently the culture in our society is male oriented. So if women want to come in business, they must challenge the male oriented culture. Outside influences like programs, policies and practices that are designed to encourage women's entrepreneurship. Yes, there are programs, NGOs, INGOs, government has policy, right? There are practices. Fresher can offer a scenario where seemingly opposing sets of assumptions can find some common ground. Look here. See the focus on this word. Opposing assumptions versus common ground. Now read the last line. Okay, we have patience please. नबोल है त्यहाँ नबोल है बोलिरहेको थिएँ म नबोल है म जति सिरियसली पढाउँछु बोल्दा उति छिटो रिसाउँछु म हेलो त्यहाँ नबोल त त्यहाँ नबोल यहाँ आएर म फेरि भने ल म जति सिरियसली पढाइरहेको छु म त्यति बढी रिसाउँछु है कुनै हल्ला भयो भने त्यो मेरो नेचर हो किनकि म सिन्सियरली डेडिकेटेड भएर कुनै कुरा बुझिरहेको छु भने सुन्नु पर्यो नि त ओके सुन्नु पर्यो नसुन्दा उत्तिकै रिस उठ्छ कि तपाईँ फेरि सल रिसायो भन्नुहुन्छ नि त ओके culture in the ecosystem. What is ecosystem? Where one is connected to another and a change is one brings change in another. Like this classroom is an ecosystem. We have the only Muslim student in this classroom. Now I argued that because majority are non-Muslim, he may follow non-Muslim values over time. Chances are he may follow non-Muslim values over time. Culture is the ecosystem, in the ecosystem can be viewed as the rich complex of meanings, beliefs, practices, symbols, norms and values prevalent among people in a society. Now I have a question. Raise your hand, except you, raise your hand if you do some kind of God worship before you come to college at home? Okay. Now, okay, wait a minute. So, you do some form of God worship.
Yes.
Do you worship a photograph of God or a statue, anything?
Yes, sir.
There is statue.
Yes, sir.
You have a statue. Which God, if you can share?
Sir, every God.
Okay, you have many statues at home and you do kind of namaste or worship, then you come for college. Do you bow down before a statue at home when you come to college? Do you have a God's idol statue at your home? No. See the difference. You don't have a statue, right? So how do you worship God early morning? Like he says, he has statues, idols, and he bows down and does namaste. How do you show respect to God?
So, मनभित्र हुन्छ कि
Okay.
I worship namaz, हैन namaz पढ्दैन
Look what he said, man vitra huncha. We all agree, man vitra huncha. But he requires an idol. Muti chahiyo, photo chahiyo. He doesn't require. Now, what I was explaining to you is this point. What point? Culture is belief, practice, and they may be different. Read ahead. And as the underlying system of values peculiar to a specific group of society. Again, this is definition of culture. Do you see which paragraph was this? Paragraph 13, right? Paragraph 12 and 13. Paragraph 12 and 13. Paragraph 12 and 13. They define culture. Paragraph 12 and 13 define culture. They have not yet talked about how culture affects. Maybe paragraph 14 will do that. But section 2 begins at paragraph 12, and the first thing they do is they define the key term culture in paragraph 12 and 13, right? Now move to quickly paragraph 14 and see what is in 14. I need patience, please. I need attention. I know it's difficult, but I need that. Prominent and plentiful research over the last 20 years has used data developed by the global leadership, global leadership, organizational behavior, effectiveness research program. Globe project हल्ला भयो. हेलो त्यहाँ पछाडि हल्ला भयो. तपाईले फेरि हल्ला गर्नु म 4 जनालाई बाहिर पठाउँछु ल अहिले. फेरि हल्ला गर्नु भने त्यो 4 जनाको बाहिर पठाउँछु. त्यो भएर बाहिर जानु भनेमा करार बस्नु ल. मैले बारम्बार भनिरहेको छु सुन्नुपर्छ भनेर. Prominent and plentiful research over the last 20 years has used data developed by the Globe project, House et al., which is a study of societal level culture and organizational leadership effectiveness in 62 country societies based on surveys from 17,000 middle managers in 951 organizations conducted over a 10-year period. Now, what are they doing? In this paragraph, they are showing source of their data or information. These writers are telling the source of their information. Now they are saying their information is coming from Globe project, right? And this Globe project is a study of societal level culture and organizational and leadership effectiveness in how many countries? 62 countries of the world. And this study is based on 17,000 surveys of middle managers in 951 organizations. Now, when you read this kind of information, you believe what they're saying. This creates credibility in their argument. And please, let me tell you, I'm telling a new word. Research must be credible. Credible means trustworthy. Even a minor, even if you steal a comma, you are discarded. Even if you steal one word from somebody, you are discarded. There is zero excuse in research. it should be 100% correct grammar, 100% correct language, 100% non-plagiarized idea. And when you write like this, your research becomes trustworthy. Your research becomes trustworthy. Your research becomes authentic. It becomes authentic because these writers are using a source of this kind. Now look, the foundation for the globe measures was Hofstede's original work and culminated into 9 societal level culture dimensions. Now note it down or keep in mind. Now we have information to note. We have tidbit data. Now look here. Now note in your copy if necessary. 9 societal level cultural dimensions. What are they? 1. Future orientation. 2. In-group collectivism. 3. Institutional collectivism. 4. Power distance. 5. Uncertainty, avoidance. 6. Gender egalitarianism. 7. Performance orientation. 8. Assertiveness. And 9. Human orientation. Now if you saw carefully, if you are aware, if you are a good reader, you will see all these 9 elements here. Look, 1, look, you have these elements here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 are missing, right? Or maybe this is overlapping, 8 and 9, right? Okay. Globe scholars defined culture as, again they are defining. Look, paragraph 12 definition, paragraph 13 definition, paragraph 14 again definition. Shared motives, values, beliefs, identities and interpretations or meanings of significant events that result from common experience of members of collectivists that are transmitted across genres is culture. Now ask a question, Divakar sir, why are they giving so much emphasis on the idea of culture? One answer is research, listen carefully, listen very carefully. Research always requires a theory to interpret the data. You cannot interpret your data without a theory or concept. Now, here they are going to analyze the data of women's business. They are going to analyze the data about women's business. So to analyze that data, what theory they bring? The theory of culture. In the first section, they brought the theory of gender role expectation. In section 1, they used the theory of gender role expectation and identity. In section 2, they are using the theory of what? The theory of what? Culture. That's why when they time and again define the term culture, they are bringing their theory. And please understand, if you do not have good theoretical understanding, you can't carry out research. Not at all, not at all. Research is not storytelling only. Research is highly theoretical. And another challenging about research is getting the proper theory and understanding theory before you analyze the data. I repeat, you cannot analyze your data without using theory. If your research paper has no theory, it's not a research paper, it's a story. If your paper has no theory, it's a story, it can't be a research paper. To make it, you must have theory. You must have theory. I stop here. Wait a minute. Yes, from tomorrow, I'll pick up from paragraph 15, and please, you will remind me where I left today tomorrow. I'll ask you. Thank you. Thank you.